All right, everyone, welcome back to another news video here on the Game Vault. As always, I'm glad to be with you with the Game Vault. We've got a couple different things we're going to talk about today. Some older games, some newer games, some upcoming stuff. Let's cue up the music and we'll get right to it. All right, first up on our list is No Man's Sky. So recently, Sean Murray of Hello Games put out, as he always does, a single emoji tweet, this time of bacon. Now, anyone who knows anything about No Man's Sky knows that they had one of the biggest botches in history as far as their release. They underdelivered and overpromised. The hype around the game was huge. I can't put all the blame on Sean Murray himself or the team. I think the media built it up quite a bit. I think player expectations were through the roof, and we all kind of geared ourselves up for something huge. And then it came out, and it really disappointed everyone. And it was, people were pissed. People wanted refunds. It was just awful. Now, what did Sean Murray and the team do? Did they just close up shop, change names, and move on? Did they give up on the project and move on to something else? No. What these guys did, and this game came out years ago. We're coming up on 10 years, I think, aren't we? Wasn't it like 2016? But in any case, what they've done since then is update this game time and time again, and slowly but surely delivered on everything they promised and more. And these updates have been coming out regularly. These updates have been coming out in a timely manner, And the best part about Hello Games, and a lot of other studios can learn from these guys, is that they don't announce things ahead of time and build you up on it. They don't say, hey, in 3 months we're going to have this new update, and it's going to do this, and this, and start building that hype train up. Nope. What they do is Sean Murray puts out a tweet, and it's a single emoji. It's been all kinds of different stuff throughout history. You can go look at the Hello Games on Twitter, or and you'll see different compilations of these things, or just look them up online. It's amazing the different things he's done, and the speculation just runs rampant. Then that's when the community takes over, and they're like, "What does bacon mean?" And I've seen some really funny things about it. One guy thinks it's bacon is going to have something to do with a revamped cloaking system because Kevin Bacon was Hollow Man. Another one said it's going to be dance moves from Footloose because of Kevin. A lot of people are going with the Kevin Bacon thing, which is funny. Someone says bacon might mean beacon and has something to do with beacons of some sort. So who knows? There's all kinds of speculation out there. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'm kind of curious there. I've given up trying to figure out what Sean Murray wants to say with these tweets. Some of them are obvious, like the pirate flag for when the Outlaw stuff came out and all that. But a lot of times, man, it's just like, what? It meant that? So, yeah. So he's brilliant in his marketing now. I commend Hello Games and Sean Murray for everything they've done with this game. They took what could have been a turd in the history of gaming and turned it into a shining example of exactly what to do. And not only have they updated this game on a regular basis constantly, they don't charge for these updates. It's not DLC. There's no microtransactions. You're not paying for little upgrades or new ship designs or suits or anything like that. It's all in game, and it's all free, and it's fantastic. So kudos to Sean Murray and the team. I hope it's awesome, and I can't wait for Light No Fire, which is the next game they have coming out. We'll be following up on that when we see some more stuff about it, but that's going to be something that we're going to do on this channel, hopefully. Next up, last week I talked about Atomfall and how how I thought we were going to be seeing some DLC for it soon. Little did I know that DLC was only over a week away when I made the video. So Atomfall on June 2nd is putting out an expansion, and it's called Wicked Isle. And somebody I saw online called it Atomfall, Far Harbor, because it has that feel to it, right? So let's watch the entire trailer for it, and then we'll talk about it.
Dark and lonely waters lie round Midsummer Isle. Only fools and devils sail across that dark and lonely mile. Once it were a holy place, but those times are long gone. Only fools and devils walk that waste, where devilry is done. Dark and lonely waters lie round the Wicked Isle. Art thou fool or devil to stop there for a while?
Okay, so Atomfall dares you to visit the dark and lonely waters of the Wicked Isle. They say this game, it's coming out on June 3rd, like I said. The expansion adds a whole new location to the game with its own set of characters and enemies, as well as additional leads, weapons, skills, items, and multiple new endings for the main game, which is interesting. A new trailer showcasing the content from Wicked Isle is available. Yeah, we just saw that. This one kind of leans into the folk horror elements of the game for inspiration. It's set on Midsummer Island, and you cross the island. You talk to a boat keeper who could be found on the jetty in Wyndham Village. It'll give you information about the island as well as your first lead. And here's a little quote here. Midsummer is located close to the wind scale atom plant, and as a result, the levels of infection, both the people and environment, are higher than on the mainland, explained Ben Fisher, head of design at Rebellion. You're going to meet new enemy factions, including pirate bandits and infected druids. To help you survive, there are new weapons to be found on the island, including a devastating blunderbuss shotgun. Yay. A new bow, cutlass, daggers, and the beekeeper's staff. Not the bees. Anyway, you'll also be able to acquire new skills which will aid you on your quest, as well as an upgraded metal detector which will enable you to find even more loot caches. This is all well and good. I like this. So, new creatures and enemies, which is great. I saw, if you saw in the trailer there was some kind of one of those infected-looking ghoul-like creatures, the blue guys, that looked aquatic. It looked like creatures from the Black Lagoon meets one of those ghouls. We saw guys that looked like the pirates with the piratey hats. We saw more druid stuff, with their wicked and weird-looking setups and all that. They're really leaning heavily into, I think the druids are going to play the main role in this one here as far as enemies go. I don't know how long this is going to be, how big of an expansion. I imagine it's only going to be a few hours, It's not going to be anything like the main game. But even the main game can be played in a short amount of time, I think. I'm going to have to do a second playthrough on it to see. But yeah, if you haven't checked out my review of this game, go check it out on the channel here. It's probably one of the best games that's going to come out this year. There's a lot of old school flair to it that makes it great. It doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't put yellow paint on places that you need to go and all that. There aren't map markers all over the place saying, go here to collect this, go here to collect that. Not a bunch of busy work. It respects your time, and it's so much fun. So the deluxe upgrade pack, so if you bought the full upgraded version of the game, the deluxe version or whatever, this is included in it. Otherwise, it's going to be like $20 US for it when it comes out. So, but yeah, available on June 3rd. Hopefully this does good, and hopefully it leads to more down the road. They didn't say anything about anything more after this. There was no season pass purchased when you bought the deluxe version of the game. It only said DLC expansion, so I only expect one out of it, but hey, that's cool. Back in April, the game itself surpassed over 1.5 million players. It's been successful. I have a feeling we're looking at a new and hopefully long-lived IP here from Rebellion. This is a great game. You should check it out. Moving on now to another great game is Stellar Blade that's coming out on PC. We saw a little bit about that last week we talked about, and there's some more. We're coming really, really close to the release date. And there was some controversy about it, and guess what? Yeah, they took away the region lock, so you no longer are going to be region locked. Everybody can play Stellar Blade on PC everywhere. I think there's 10 countries that can't for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I mean, for the most part, it's gone, So a lot of people are upset about that. There's things that really upset people in gaming, and that's one of them is that whole having to subscribe to a website or a third-party thing to play a game. I get it for bonus features, right? I have a Bethesda.net account, so I can get more stuff for Bethesda games if I choose to, or if I choose to play Fallout and use mods, I can log into my Bethesda.net account and do that. I have an account for, a lot of different games. And sometimes they give you bonus cosmetics and crap like that, little incentives to join up and all that. But they also keep you updated on the game and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. So Stellar Blade looks like it's going to be out there. This is going to hit the PC market, and it's going to explode. I guarantee you that. I mean, everybody who has a PlayStation already played through it. But if you have a PlayStation and a PC, you're going to want to play it for you nasty people, for the mods alone. I know it, man. You guys, man, it's going to be awful. It's going to be great. So, yeah, Gooners Unite, man. Stellar Blade coming to PC here in just a few days. But let's talk about, we talked about Hello Games, and it's been almost 10 years since No Man's Sky came out. Well, The Witcher 3 now is celebrating its 10-year anniversary, and it's getting, and I quote, one more patch. And this is an interesting one. So CD Projekt Red isn't quite finished with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt yet. The studio announced today, well, not today, but a couple days ago, that it's got one more patch in the works for Geralt's Big Adventure. Sounds like Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That will add cross-platform mod support across PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S through mod.io. So it's not going to work for PlayStation 4 and last generation hardware, but it is going to work for current generation hardware, which is kind of cool, man. So if you've played through The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and you've beaten the game like it owes you money and you've done all you can in it on your PlayStation or your Xbox, well, now you have a reason to go ahead and fire it back up, put some cool mods on it, and have some fun. It says creating, sharing, and enjoying mods will be easier and more accessible as players on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series S and X will be able to share a modding ecosystem, CD Projekt Red said in the announcement. Now, of course, there's going to be some limitations to mod support on consoles. We always see that. Usually it's a amount of storage you can have. We saw that with back on the PlayStation 4 with like Skyrim and Fallout. We see it with Ark right now on the PlayStation 5, although that's supposed to be fixed sometime soon. We just haven't seen that fixed as of yet. So, there's some limitations. And also, a lot of times these consoles, these companies are going to limit what type of mods you're going to get on there. You're not going to get like the mods, the dirty mods and stuff like that, which is fine. I mean, but you are, it's going to limit some certain types of mods. And there's also going to be mods probably that are going to be limited based on different IPs and stuff like that, where you might find some gray areas with copyright infringements or trademarks or whatever. We're going to have to, but hopefully we'll see a wide variety of fun and cool mods to check out. It might be worth downloading The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt once again. I think it's been upgraded for the PlayStation 5 Pro, if I'm not mistaken, or if not, at least for this current generation. I'll have to look into that again later, but yeah. But we're going to keep an eye on that and see how it goes when it comes out. But on another note with CD Projekt Red or CD Projekt, they've got Cyberpunk 2 has been officially announced for everybody, just so you know. That is, that's way down the road and all that. We're not going to see that anytime soon, but that's the official name for it, is Cyberpunk 2. So if you enjoyed the first game, which I did despite its issues, and again, we can go back to Sean Murray and Hello Games, CD Projekt Red did right by Cyberpunk 2 with all the work they put into it to fix it and make it better and improve upon it. It was a complete and total disaster when it released, for the most part. And now it's a highly acclaimed game. People absolutely love it. So there's that. You can expect that in the future here. Last but not least, oh yeah, it's Ark. So June 2nd, big day, man. We got something else going on, and that is the Community Crunch here talking about it. On Ark's 10th anniversary is nearly here. Everybody's turning 10, man. Look at this. It's like a 5th grade class. The party kicks off this Monday, June 2nd. So they're expecting the update to roll out late in the evening Pacific Standard Time. So for me here in Florida, I probably won't see this until Tuesday. They're expecting the UE upgrade, the 5.5 upgrade, and they're going to be having a fun anniversary event, new content, and more. It's going to be interesting. So it starts on June 2nd, runs through the 12th. You can actually activate this in your single player game or whatever. via drop-down menu and host single-player mode, or in a dedicated server, you can put a parameter in active event equals birthday. New skins, a new creature, the party dodo, event items, which is kind of cool, like cake slices and all that, festive candy, new emotes, a bunch of chibis, whole bunch of wild dino colors. Now, Astraeos is also updating this month. There's a lot going on for Ark this month, and Astraeos is updating. And if you have a base built near an OSD there, move it, and move it fast, because they're going to be destroyed when these OSDs come down if you don't do that. So you don't want to lose everything and, log in and go, oh my God, I lost all my dinos and everything I had because I built close to an OSD to make it convenient to farm it. So make sure you're outside of the impact radius. How far? I don't know. You're going to have to be the judge of that and be safe about it. What you could do is build a line of, foundations out from it, 15, 20 straight line, and see just how big of an impact zone it has. That way, then you can decide where to build afterward. But again, they may change that down the road. Who knows? We'll have to see. So that's coming up. And then later in the month, we're supposed to still see our Ragnarok update, which should be dropping by the end of the month. I think they said the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. So that's, there's a lot going on this month for Ark. Can they keep up with all their promises for this month? I highly doubt it, but I'm hoping for the best here. This is my cheating girlfriend of games here. Keep coming back. My biggest hope is that a lot of the crashes that I suffer go away. And I noticed I crash a lot more on the PlayStation 5 Pro than my wife does out on the PlayStation 5 out in the living room. Even if we're playing on the same map and all that, I will crash far more often than her. And it doesn't make sense to me. So I don't know why. But there's that. So that's to be expected this month. We'll be mixing up the live streams a little bit. We're still doing our Omega live stream. But when Astraeos comes out, we'll definitely check that out. There's some new bosses there. And when Ragnarok comes out, we're going to be taking our characters over there, but without any dinos and without any items. And we're going to be doing Naked and Afraid. Or I might have something special planned for the guys. I don't know. I might have a little pack of something over there. We'll see. Anyway, guys, leave a like on the video down below. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. We'll see you next time. Until then, peace.